For those of you like me who struggle to allow your child to make massive messes and want to play with them with craft stuff, I'm not talking about when your time is zapped. I'm talking about when you have the time but you find yourself running away. That's trauma. You didn't learn, you weren't given the tools to learn how to discover yourself and appreciate your craft ability. The thing I was allowed to do as a kid, knit. I was allowed to do a little sewing. Now I crochet and I knit. I was allowed to go outdoors and play. We won't go into that with the brothers. Anyway, there's a lot there. I was allowed to study, so I like to study. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in parenting. I thank my father for instilling in me to study. I thank my father for buying me these pens. It was so cool that there was one pen that if you coloured over the other colours, it actually changed the colour. I remember them, Dad. They were fantastic. And the calculator that you could, it was a cookie calculator, and you could write words, and he taught me how, and it was fun. There were games on it. That was cool. My parents weren't all bad. But if you're struggling to get involved at home, to teach your child that they're okay just doing whatever they want with their craft stuff, you need to allow them to have that. You need to sit them down with what you're prepared to be cut up, screwed up, drawn on, whatever, and let them go. That's how I've learnt to let my daughter discover who she is. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it. But it's just a tip. I thought it might help someone out there that feels like I do. There is no, well, okay, there's exceptions, but there is no right or wrong way to let your child grow up and discover who they really are in life. We all make mistakes, and I guess I've had to forgive my parents for things that shouldn't have happened. But the parts I remember is what I now hold on to and carry with me in my heart every day. My father putting me in ballet when I was a young girl, Shiloh's age, and I had to quit because we didn't know what EDS was then. But I couldn't do the boat, touch my head with my heels. Dad, you'd remember that if you ever see this. I love photography. My parents always had appreciation for photography. My mother loved animals. She was a wonderful rescuer. And she loved horses, and she took great care of her horses. They were her help, her therapy, her love. She loves animals, and so do I. So I've got bunnies and guinea pigs. That's another story. Look, to cut it short now, because I got it. I don't want it too long. I'm just saying, give yourself the space to find yourself when your child's at school. By doing that, you're feeding your inner child the need, your younger memory child of childhood. Then when they come home, you will be allowed to understand and you'll be able to see what they're doing. It's just a tip. It's the only way. You can't stop yourself from doing it now. You've got to parent yourself the way the missing pieces that you miss, you got to do. What you want to do for your child, you got to start to do for you first. When you learn how to do it for you first, you then teach yourself how to do it for them. Love to all.